Hi everyone, it's Ace. Welcome to the Shredder Trials finale. If you enjoyed the first part that we did earlier today, I'm glad, and happy Valentine's Day. I hope that you're spending it with people you love and enjoying your day, or you're just spending it with yourself, enjoying the peace of mind you got. And without further ado, let's get started.
And it's about to detonate it. So Stockman was begging for dear life, but Shredder didn't care. He clicked it. So the timer started going off, and this man started panicking, running around like a chicken with his head cut off. So the timer stops beating, and Shredder just walks away. And Stockman thinks he has been spared, but that was far from what was about to happen. The vials buzzed all over him. Pause. But yeah, mutagen was all over his body. And Stockman's fate, this man got turned into a fly.
Yep.
Like, bro, what is this? Out of all the animals, a fly? Insane work, bro.
Now, in fairness, though, he's technically still alive. I mean, if you compare it to the 2003 version, he lost an arm, he lost his leg. He eventually was nothing more than a brain in a jar. So, I feel like this is less horror. Sure, he's a mutant, but at least he didn't get mutilated at every single opportunity. So, still bad, but it's an upgrade, if anything. Not a great upgrade, but it's better than being turned into a Saw victim.
Then Shredder came down saying,
"Look at you now, you disgusting, nasty fuck. Now be a good little housefly, or I will swat your black ass and put your guts on display. Now take
Christ.
some chocolate, fuck nigga."
Yes, Master Shredder.
Oh
So
my
after he made
God.
Stockman his first victim, he decided to mutate two more victims. And that was none other than Rocksteady and Bebop. Now, he decided to mutate them because A, they stole his helmet one day and tried to sell it on the black market.
They're
and
dumb for
B,
that.
they kidnapped Karai when she was a mindless serpent and used her as ransom. These boys were just asking for a death sentence. So when they finally captured them,
Dumbass.
this man Shredder came up and he could have just killed him right here. But instead, he decided to be merciful. He said,
You niggas are going to amuse me.
"Throw them in the pit." So first was Bebop, and in all honesty, he deserves it for rocking this whack-ass mohawk. Like, dog, what the hell is this? No fade or nothing, not even a hairline. So he
Damn.
gets thrown into the pit.
Vicious.
He starts tweaking out in there. Niggas started hitting the SIMP squares, my guys. Then they smack Rocksteady's big ass in there. And Shredder's just watching this with joy in his face right now. Look at this sick individual just loving every second of this shit. So when they came out, Bebop got turned into a ugly-ass
God.
warthog and Rocksteady a fat-ass rhino. So they tried to retaliate because they was obviously mad as hell. So first up was Bebop. Nigga came in spinning on some Michael Jackson shit. Just for Shredder to speed blitz this man and break his ribs. Nigga on his knees looking like he just ate 3 a.m. Taco Bell. The floodgates is about to open. So then
Damn.
Rocksteady charges at this man, but he blocks it, grabs him by the horn, sweeps him, then rolls this fat-ass rhino like a bowling ball. Nah, bro, this is actually insane. Y'all know how much rhinos weigh, right? Rocksteady is a white rhino. That motherfucker is at least 5,000 pounds. He just casually rolled this nigga like a bowling ball. So yeah, after he mutated them, he then beat them into submission. And now they had to work for him for the rest of their lives. And with that, we wrap up our little mutilation case. Now, case 2 of Exhibit D, the 1v8.
still
Shredder's
more.
had multiple fights with the turtle. And to be quite honest with you, the result of every fight is usually the same as always. Shredder beats the living dog crap out of them until they are on the brink of death and have to retreat. But this one, however, though, was a little bit more nastier than usual. Because instead of just fighting 4 turtles, this man got jumped by a total of 8 mutants and lived to tell the tale. Now, this is actually insane. First off, the other 4 mutants that are with the turtles are the mute animals. These 4 consist of Slash, an oversized turtle that is built like Bowser, Leatherhead, a ginormous mutant gator straight out of Florida, a telekinetic monkey, and this pigeon nigga. I don't know what the fuck this is, to be honest with you. But them and the turtles had this man Shredder surrounded. So logically thinking, you see this and you're like, oh my God, it's over for Shredder. This man's about to get jumped. No, quite the opposite exactly. This man started laying hands on all 8 of these niggas. Did you just see what he just did to that fat ass gator? He picked up this 1,000-pound gator and just slammed him. This man is a Florida man. And just look at him. He hasn't even moved from the same spot. Pause and replay. He just grabbed that nigga pigeon out of the air mid-attack, chucked him across the room while still getting jumped and surviving psychic attacks. So he starts laying the feet and the hands on their ass. Replay again. Look at what he just did to Caesar. Nigga whipped his leg back, hit this nigga in the spinal position, and his eyes are popping out of his sockets right now. Then throws this curious monkey along with Michelangelo and Donatello. So right after that, the heavyweights come up and try to sneak him, but Shredder hit these boys with the shing, shing, shing. Sent these boys packing. But wait, make some room, because here comes Nigga Pigeon. I don't even know where bro came from. He just flew out of nowhere. So while Shredder continued to fight Leonardo and Raphael in the same spot, by the way, this man has not moved away from this circle once. He is knocking both of them out, and this man just won a 1v8 with relative ease. He didn't even break a sweat, and he didn't move from the circle once.
That is. I remember this fight. I didn't remember the fact that he didn't even move from the circle he was standing in. That is just vicious. to a 1v8, it didn't even move from the spot he was in is brutal. Like, I'm just having like a flashback to like when Goku, Trunks, Piccolo, and Gohan went to fight Broly, and he just destroyed them. This is just like that, but with people who have a lot less power level to destroy a planet. And it's still just absurd. Because Jesus Christ.
Like, that is insane! And the only reason they all ended up living after this is because a statue fell on them. And you best believe they was out of there. It may have been a 1v8, but this was a losing battle. So when they finally got Shredder out of the rubble, this man just stood there for a second just to charge up his scream. And then he just let it all out. This man was pissed. The nigga turtles got bailed out once again. But anyways, charge-wise, to sum it up, that's like 8 attempted murders, along with the child abuse and the animal abuse. Like, good God, bro. This man is having a historic roundtable run. So, now we get to the point where this man put the entire planet at risk multiple times. And we started off with phase 3, helping the Krang invade Earth.
Yep.
So Shredder had a mutual alliance with the Krang, and they had a very great business relationship. After taking one of them hostage, beating them to death, selling a literal child to them, and mutually hating the turtles, they had a very great working relationship. So one day, the Krang came to Shredder with a proposal. They proposed that you help us take over New York and the world, and in return, we will help you turn your daughter back from a mindless serpent into a human again. So Shredder decided to take the deal, because A, this nigga does not give a about humanity. I mean, he literally could not care less. And B, they made him another offer that he couldn't refuse. They were gonna bring him Splinter. So when he heard this, he jumped out his seat with joy. He was like, oh yeah, go on.
Not the bounce
Fuck
TV.
up this whole damn planet. I don't give a fuck. Just bring me that ugly ass rock. So exactly one day later, the Krang invade Earth. They are fucking up everything. It is literally doomsday out here. The Krang Prime is out here squirting on niggas' paws.
Whoa.
Look at his next part, bro. This poor kid is trying to protect his little sister, trying to get to safety, and he ends up running into Shredder just ore farming. That kid looked at him for 2 seconds and dipped out of there. Little
Smart decision.
Or in his fight or flight senses kicked in. So after this
Smart
man put
decision.
the whole city on fire and mean mugged this kid, he caught this man Leonardo lacking.
Oh
so
no, not
Leo was
Leo.
just out in the streets trying to help, and he ended up running into Shredder and his goons, ready to jump this nigga. So Shredder said,
Boys, cook that nigga.
so they start jumping and stomping Leonardo out. So bro tried to fight back, and my God, he did his best. But Shredder just teleports right behind him. And Leonardo knew, you could see from his face, he's behind me, isn't he?
Hi, how are you?
So after jumping Leonardo and sending him to the Shadow Realm, he ends up encountering Splinter. So Splinter straight up told him, "Where is my son?" And Shredder told him exactly.
Oh, I just took him, just like your daughter.
And then this man just starts laughing. This is a sick dog. He will not stop until he takes everything from this man.
He's always been Batman right now, look.
Throwing him into forklifts and multiple steel pipes just dropping on him. So Shredder walks up to Splinter, grabs him by the goatee. That is so disrespectful, bro. Grabbing another man by his beard is crazy. So he pulls out the blade and he's like,
"This is for taking my bitch, you thieving, conniving motherfucker."
But Leatherhead comes out of nowhere, straight out of Orlando, and starts biting and chomping on this man, stabbing him and shit. Good God! And he throws him in the rafters. So you gotta think, no way anybody survives that. Bro literally got ate. Like he was feasting on him. But Leatherhead must have forgot from that last encounter they had that this man Shredder is a certified Floridian. He came up and started whooping this gator's ass. Then he just starts beating his sides in. That nigga Leatherhead started crying for help. This was just outrageous. Then he runs at this gator at full speed and drop kicks him, sending this 1,000-pound gator back to the sewers. Bro said you should have stayed your ass.
What is Shredder guilty of? Mobilizing a private army to exterminate giant and dangerous mutants, turtles, and rats. Sounds like he should be working for the government. I mean, I think you forget Afro. Sure, he's dealing with mutants, but what about the whole letting aliens invade the planet for invasion?
That's in Florida, nigga. So after that happened, Splinter ended up getting a rage boost, and he runs at Shredder and spears him. And they start falling down to the sewers. So when they fell in the sewers, the turtles and everybody ended up seeing this, but they were blocked off, so they couldn't help at all. And Shredder was excited. He said,
"Yeah, watch closely, kids. Pay attention to how your daddy dies."
Shredder was enjoying every second beating this man in front of his kids. So then he threw some smoke in his face, and he jumps up and tries to kill him. But Splinter ends up using his ult, and he ends up getting a critical hit on this man. Sent this man packing into a wall. So Splinter thought it was over, and it was for him. Shredder smacks this man upside the head, knocking him on the ground, then started beating him to death. This was so brutal they didn't even show it. Then he picked up his body, walked over to
He's definitely a quote-unquote
bad
guy.
and flushed him down the toilet in front of his
there he goes.
And they couldn't do nothing about it. And he just looked at him like, "You're next," and left. So the repercussions after this were wild. First, New York got completely taken over by aliens because of this man. Second, Leonardo became a vegetable after getting jumped. And last but not least, the Foot Clan ended up finding Splinter's body. And this man wasn't even the same. He was in a feral state. Shredder beat him so hard he broke his mind. So he decided, you know what? Instead of killing you, I'm gonna lock you up in a cage so I can watch you rot. And then I'm gonna restore your mind at the last minute before I kill you, so you can know that it was me. This man is a sick individual. This is elite hating. I have to tip my hat to it because this is ridiculous. But that was only the first time this man put the planet at risk. Let's talk about the second time he did it. And
it gets worse.
That made him a
much,
top 5
much
hater
worse.
of all time. Case 4. Destroying Earth. So some time passes after the Krang invasion, and the Triceraton race decides to come to Earth and plant a bomb that will activate a black hole and destroy the planet. So the Turtles and Splinter needed all the help that they could get, even if it meant teaming up with.
Now, to be clear, Astro, he's saying that Shredder is the same level of Frieza in terms of hate, not in terms of just evil, just in terms of being a hater. That's pretty much what this is. The man has Frieza levels of hate.
Their arch nemesis, Shredder, because the
and this one will explain how.
So Shredder and Splinter both swallow their pride and make a temporary alliance so they all don't die. So they go off to battle and beating the ever-living crap out of these Triceratops. Shredder was murdering these niggas, quite literally. So they all end up getting to Central Park, and there is a massive battle just going on right now. And they have to hurry because a bomb is about to go off. They got about a good minute left. So Splinter ends up taking off to try to defuse it, but Shredder looked over and saw the time, and he was like, he's not gonna make it. So guess what Shredder does? He takes off right behind him. And when Splinter reaches for the bomb, he stabs this man in the back, dooming the planet. Oh my God! So the bomb ends up going off.
Yep.
Splinter dies. So Tiger Claw was like, nigga, what the fuck have you done? And all Shredder said was, Hamato Yoshi is dead. I could not give a fuck about this planet. All y'all niggas can die because I'm dying at peace. Elite hating. This man just destroyed the Earth.
Yeah. The Earth was destroyed by a black hole because of him. His soldiers, his kidnapped, brain-controlled daughter, himself, pretty much entire planet wiped out of existence. He's like, I got my revenge. That's all that matters. Everything else don't matter. Like, you gotta be some kind of hater to doom to essentially genocide the planet and yourself just for revenge. Just absurd.
Killing billions and sacrificing himself just so his op could die. And the Earth got sucked up in a black hole and went kaboom. Man. How many people are in the world? This man just caught 8 billion.
Hey, man.
Round Table Black Air Force Hall of Famer. Now, luckily for these niggas, they got bailed out. Because good old Dr. Honeycutt came down and helped them reverse things. Even though that timeline and version of Earth is just straight up cooked. But in the reverse timeline, Splinter caught Shredder trying to sneak him. The bomb got defused, and Shredder got his ass whooped. Splinter cooked this man out of rage, hitting all of his vital points, bringing him to his knees.
Boo is on the round table of black towards the activity.
Shredder was done. Splinter left this man on the brink of death and paralyzed, and it was a mercy that he didn't kill him after what he did. But unfortunately for Splinter, him sparing Shredder right here was the biggest mistake he could have ever made, because this could have prevented what was about to happen.
And here we go.
Trials.
Exhibit D.
Exhibit E. Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end. The final exhibit of the Shredder trials. And there is no better way to end it than with the most unhinged, monstrous, mentally unstable version of this nigga. His final form. Ladies and gentlemen, the Super Shredder. So after Shredder lost to Splinter, after destroying Earth and ruining a whole timeline, he was on the brink of death. Splinter beat his ass so bad he put that nigga on life support. And his mental state is the worst it's ever been. The nigga was already delusional, but now he's literally mentally ill. So he told Baxter Stockman, shoot me up with Mutating. So Stockman's ass was like, Master Shredder, buzz. I don't know about that one. And Shredder grabbed his throat and told him, do it or I'ma rip off your fucking head, nigga. Oh, yes, master. So Stockman shot this man up with all the mutagen they had, and he started transforming into a monster. Nigga grew Wolverine claws and had blades coming out his whole body. And look how he just bitch slaps Baxter Stockman for the fuck of it. And this man fully transformed into the Super Shredder. This was a living nightmare. This man was already strong as hell as a regular human. And you gave this nigga powers?
I love it.
God,
yeah,
everybody
he's so good at this.
So Super Shredder's first order of business was to deal with his daughter because she took over the foot. So they pull up on the foot. You just hear this man Shredder walking. Doom, 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 with them ugly ass, nasty ass, size 25 ass feet. Nigga had the whole room shook when he entered. And here comes this mentally ill nigga talking about
My daughter,
The Gripper's just vowed.
to kill that rat that killed your mother.
But she was not having that. She said, ew, gross. Back the fuck away from me. So she sends a foot ninja at him, but they got washed, thrown around like rag dolls. So Karai and Shinigami try to attack this man. They get thrown across the room. And my God, what happened to old girl right here is a travesty. She tried to be saucy and shit, using these bats as camouflage and flipping and shit. So she kicks this man twice in the head, no reaction, then pulls out her knives and slices him through the heart. But then she realized, oh my God, I forgot to sharpen these bitches.
Oh!
So after she took a hammer to the dome, he's about to step on Shorty with them long ass, unclipped ass toenails. But Karai jumps on him with her snake form, but he gives her a right hook, chokes her, then slams her on the ground repeatedly till she was unconscious. And with that, y'all already know what we about to do. Hit that nigga with assault, child abuse, attempted murder, everything, nigga, fuck. You still consider her your daughter, and you just gonna beat her like that? God damn, you didn't have to pick her up and slam her on the ground 3 times, nigga. And then you gave her best friend the nastiest concussion I've ever seen. Shorty gonna have a case of CTE that's never been seen before. So after he
That ain't
beat
tough
the hell
love,
out of them
Afro.
and took Karai
Not even
hostage,
close.
the turtles pulled up in they raggedy ass whip, and they saw Shredder, and they were shook. So they tried to ram bro, but Shredder picked up the car and threw that bitch across the block. Yep, hell nah, bro. Me personally, I'm skipping town. If I see a nigga that just picked up a 40,000-pound car that was speeding down the road at least 60 miles an hour and throw that bitch to the side, I'm out. No, bro, I value my life. So after this, Shredder decided to use Karai as bait again to get Splinter to come out of hiding. So later on, when they went after Shredder in the sewers, they ended up seeing some of the most disturbing things ever. Shredder had pictures laid out, and he just started talking in the background saying,
Gaze upon these pictures, rat. Of all the things you've taken from me, you took my bitch, and then you stole my daughter.
Like this nigga was mentally disturbed.
Sounds like he
they
would
got to
grab
the second
those.
floor.
He would.
And it got worse. More pictures everywhere. This shit looked like a Silent Hill level. All the pictures just being lit on fire. So Splinter kept on running through this maze till he finally found Karai as she was hanging from the fucking roof. So then Shredder just started walking down the tunnel, and Splinter was shook. He saw bro up close and he was terrified. Looking at him like, oh my
no,
God.
Shredder ain't whooping Superman.
Just to kill
I don't
me?
think so.
So Splinter started swinging, but to no avail. This man didn't move an inch. And just off this interaction, you knew how this fight was gonna go. Shredder punches this man into a wall, and while he's out of breath, he just curb stomps him. And you knew that shit was brutal because the screen cut to black.
Take care, Trash Ray. It's good to see you, though.
Splinter tried to jump up, but got grabbed and threw this man like Hulk did to Loki, ragdolling him. Karai couldn't even look at this shit. This was a beating of the century. So Splinter started running for his life, going deeper and deeper.
Well, we're glad that
into
you got
the
to drop by and say
sewers,
hello.
while
We
Shredder
missed
was
you.
tracking him down. So when they got down to this one part that looked like an arena out of a fighting game, Splinter tried to come out and sneak him, but he got grabbed, slammed into a wall, then ate another right hook. And it gets even more brutal. Niggas started throwing him, bouncing him off of walls, then carrying him to slam him into another wall. And this fight was all but over. Shredder was about to kill Splinter for a second time, but his arm started tweaking out because of the mutagen. Even though his arm was having a seizure, it didn't stop him. Man still threw him and shatters his ankle with them size 25 ass feet. So with all hope lost, Splinter decided to protect my family, I'm gonna have to sacrifice myself. So he throws a kunai at some conveniently placed bombs, and they both fall down into a seamlessly never-ending pit. So while they're free-falling, they're still throwing hands. Splinter's throwing rights while Shredder's dragging them down a pillar. They was going so crazy, Splinter might hit that nigga, bit his ass. Probably gave him rabies since he a rat. But Shredder ends up hitting a steel beam, and Splinter keeps on falling, and he hits a steel beam on the back of his head. And then he hit another one, and then he hit another one. until he finally hit the bottom. The fact that he survived this is insane, but that man was walking no time soon. His leg was shattered, turned into a straight spaghetti noodle. And Shredder, yeah, he climbed out of the pit. Not surprising at all. But Shredder was not done beating on these niggas. Because later on the surface, you just see Leonardo go flying into a car.
alive.
Walking up trying to kill this man. So he grabs him and tries to squeeze the life out of him. But April and Karai come in and save this man, thinking that they could hold this man back. But they ended up realizing that this man Shredder don't give a damn if you man, woman, reptile, or rat. He's still gonna beat your ass regardless. So April threw a hot dog stand at this nigga with her force abilities, but this was just crazy. Bro turned and thunderclapped her. When dude mutated, he really took half of Hulk's moveset, because this is ridiculous. First the throw slam, and now the thunderclap. Oh my goodness. So
Where's the Goku?
Karai stabs him in the neck, but she ends up getting backhanded, and he kicks April and sends her rolling. But she uses the force again, pushes that man back, and lo and behold, guess who came to join the fight? So with the help of Truck-kun, they had to think this man was dead. It was a truck tanker, for Christ's sake. The nigga blew up the block. But soon they realized this was no ordinary menace. Bro, hate that shit.
Long story short, Afro, the April O'Neil in this universe, she is part Krang. So she's gained some like psychic abilities as a result of that. That's what makes this version different from the 2000s one and the one before that. How are you gonna kill Truck? I mean, do you not remember Baki, the Pickles? He ate Truck-kun. Literally ate him. At least this is a merciful death. The last one's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna eat Truck for dinner tonight.
This man just ate a full-powered attack from Truck-kun. Then he decided to pick it up and throw that hoe at him. Karai was lucky as hell April had this force shit, because her little ass would have been squashed. But you know who did get
Pretty
squashed?
much.
Leonardo. Bro ran at him at full speed trying to recover, jumps up, Superman punch, slams him on the ground, and is about to kill him. But here come Karai trying to plead and get through to this man. And then here comes Shredder ugly like,
Daughter, please, I didn't mean to hurt you. Please call me father.
But she looked at this man dead in the face and told him,
You're not my dad!
So Shredder was cooked. She punched this man in the heart, physically and mentally. So he had to retreat because he knew his emotions would get the best of him. And after that whole sequence, this man done caught I don't know how many cases of attempted murder and assault. This shit is not countable anymore, along with the child abuse and the animal abuse. Like, damn. So when Shredder got back to base, this man started fiending for more mutagen. He told Stockman,
Hey nigga, I need some more of that good shit.
Even Tiger Claw tried to stop him, but he punched him across the room and
Damn.
slammed Stockman's head and said,
Shoot me up with that good shit. No!
Oh, yes, master. So Shredder shot more
Hey,
mutagen
Puka,
into him,
how you
making
doing?
this man a whole fucking addict. And with doing that, Shredder lost all emotional attachments. He did not care for Karai anymore. In all actuality, the nigga actually woke up from his delusional last dream. Nigga finally realized, damn, that ain't my daughter. That's my biggest ops daughter. So shit, I might as well just go kill the bitch.
Feel ya.
That's what he decided to do.
Another Monday.
All his weaknesses were gone. So later on, he finds Karai's hideout. That's got multiple mutants in there, and he busts down the door and just starts going off. Leatherhead tried to tackle him. He boots his big ass gator, slash his kick to the side. Telekinetic monkey man comes in from the top rope, but gets whacked. Then Slash and Leatherhead just start getting their ass beat. Nigga hit a whole combo on this fat ass gator and threw him into a whole PC setup, and the whole thing just caught on fire. That's how you know that PC was a straight toaster. And after he set the place on fire, he straight up told Karai,
I'm here to kill you, bitch.
and this man held nothing back at all. She was having to fight for her life. She even told them, yo, we're all gonna die in this fire if you don't stop. But this is when we knew this man had no more attachments. He told her,
It is fitting that you die in a fire, just like your mother.
Damn.
he didn't even care about Tang Shin no more. He straight up acknowledges now, yo, I killed that bitch, and I'm about to do the same to you. So with all her rage, she tried to stab this man in the heart, but the sword broke. And just by this face, she knew she was about to see her mama. Shredder, electric wind God fists her ass off of the second floor. And then she also had debris of the building landing on her. She was cooked, and Shredder looked at her lifeless body and walked away, leaving her to burn alive. Ah, man. Yeah, that's arson, attempted murder, assault, animal abuse, etc. He laid out every motherfucker in there, 1v5, and wiped the whole team. So after this, Karai had to go to the hospital, and I'm surprised her ass ain't die. But I mean, shit, I guess it's kinda impressive. You survived a Shoryuken from a 500-pound nigga with pure muscle. Even though her neck broke as fuck, at least you get to live another day. But
I do gotta wonder, though, who saved them? Because I don't think the turtles knew where they were at that point. So who saved them from getting burned alive? That's my question. Because good God, they got destroyed. Oh man, should have hit her with that elbow from the top rope. I mean, I feel like he was doing fine without having to. Okay, let's get back to it.
But after this, Splinter said enough is enough. I'm killing this nigga tonight. So later that night on top of this skyscraper, Splinter and a team that consisted of Raphael, April, Slash, and Casey's sorry ass decided to confront Shredder. So they patiently waited on top of this building until he appeared. So the
Not the Dark Souls health bar.
And Super Nigga began. And both these men knew tonight one of us is not leaving this rooftop alive. So they get to squabbling. And Shredder's already sitting in both flying. And look at him. He's crawling for dear life, trying to not get squashed. But he gets grabbed, got flung in the air, then gets his spine shattered. So then here comes Slash, oversized ass, coming to get his ass whooped again, just to get twirled around, then throws this obese turtle into this sign. Bro really hit him with the Mario 64 so long, gay Bowser ass throw. You know there's gotta be a reference because bro looks like Bowser's fat ass. So then here comes Raphael with a Tatsumaki Senpuka, but this did nothing but just piss him off. He jumped on this man's back and started stabbing him, while Casey was hitting him with drive-bys, but he slams him off of him and pounds his face in. Nigga started beating his shit like y'all nasty niggas when y'all saw Sue Storm. So he boosts Raphael across the building.
Nameless Shredder.
Casey, and he started flying off the building. That man started falling 30 floors high. So then here come April, mad as shit. And wait a minute, stop. That hair, I've seen you somewhere before.
Oh no.
Oh no, I'm a new
So the reincarnation of Syndrome started throwing debris. But Syndrome in this universe was still sorry as hell. Bro got crushed in one hit. You should have listened to Mr. Incredible all those years when he told you, go home, kid. Because you still sorry as hell. So with everybody cooked, it was all up to Splinter. So Splinter entered a flow state and started cooking. He pushed bro back and gave him this crazy midair 6-kick combo. Then ended up cutting off both of his claws in succession. And he actually brought Super Shredder to his knees. But sadly for Splinter, this was the beginning of the end. When he walked up to deliver the final blow, Shredder smacks this man upright, bounces him like a basketball, then he runs up to him, then grabs his face and starts beating the life out of him, throwing him like a frisbee and shit. This was terrible. So while Splinter was just down and out, and Shredder started running towards him, he had one little trick left up his sleeve. He had a little rope in his sword that he used to trip Shredder up and make him glide and fall off the building. So Raphael and them was happy as shit, thinking that they beat Shredder. But dear God,
Here we go.
the worst was yet to come.
Watch your jet, bro. Watch your jet.
Stab this nigga! And Shredder could finally say, for the second time, and permanently, Yoshi is dead! Throws this man's corpse off the building, falling all the way from the top of that roof, and dying.
I remember when I saw this for the first time, I was just so sad. Because, yeah, he died. He's literally gone. There's no time travel bullshit to bring him back. No, he's just dead. Just like, damn. Just like, he died not once, but twice in this version. Thank you, Afra. There goes all those souls. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, Splinter's not getting those souls back. Those are just gone. Just gone. Or more likely, this is what's gonna happen in that Elden Ring roguelike thing that they're making. Like, yeah, those souls are gone. Gone, gone.
So I guess second time's the charm, because Splinter was dead. No coming back to life this time. Shredder won.
Sevens in the
He
chat.
completed his lifelong crusade of hatred and killed the man he hated the most, his own brother. All over a bitch. Oh my God! You killed your brother over a shorty! Not once, but twice! This is a type of hatred I've never seen before. Oh, there's a disturbance in the force with this one. And you know what's crazy? Karai didn't even get to go to the funeral because her ass was in a coma.
Oh, that's right. She didn't even go to her dad's funeral because she was knocked out, man.
Lord have mercy, my brothers. We must stay focused. We must stay focused. So after this tragedy, the turtle said, nah, this nigga gotta die. We inheriting the beef. So they dressed up in all black for this man's funeral because they was about to slide on his ass. So later that day, they arrived to Shredder's crib and he was waiting for these boys. This nigga was standing on top of the roof with a Molotov just ore farming. So he lit his $2.5 million mansion on fire just so they could all get on the roof. This man is sacrificing literally anything and everything to end their bloodline. First his body and now his crib. So the final battle started and they was jumping Shredder in perfect sync. But even though they were masters of jump jitsu, it still didn't work. Shredder was still beating them like they stole something. This man kicked Michelangelo so hard, the nigga swung his body like 6 times. Then after this, he full sends him across the roof. So at this point, Shredder just started singling him out. First he goes after Donatello, sweet chin music's his smart ass, and eliminates him from the battle. Next was Mikey, and you cannot tell me this man is not taking this seriously right now. This man is emoting, doing his little dancey dance. So he came down, but Shredder just dodged it, grabs his nunchucks, slams him on a vent, and punching him out the arena. Mikey got fucking clobbered. So Leonardo and Raphael were the last two standing, and this evisceration just didn't stop. Look at what he just did to Raphael. He just casually grabbed this man, then flipped like an acrobat, then planted his face in the ground. This is just nasty work at this point. But Raphael was not about to go out like that, because out of all the turtles, this nigga is a fucking menace. He started whooping this nigga, slamming him through walls, then slammed his face on this pipe.
Let's go, Raph.
He broke this man's neck. And he just looking at his hunched over body like, yeah, nigga, fuck you talking about, cuz? I spuffed my pops, fuck, nigga. But even though Raphael turned into the reincarnation of King Von for a second, that man still got up and said, get off my property. That man told Satan's greatest soldier, stay your ass in hell, nigga. So the last man standing was, of course, Leonardo. So Shredder continues his onslaught and proceeds to beat this man to death. That man Leonardo was fighting for any ounce of plot armor he could get, because his ass was about to see God. So he ends up breaking his arm in full sense from about 20 yards. And this looks like the end for the Ninja Turtles. Shredder walked up to his body and said, this is the end, Nigga Turtle. But that last bit of plot armor kicked in for Leonardo. He ends up seeing Splinter's Force Ghost, and Splinter told him, my son, I swear to God, if you do not kill this nigga, I cannot rest in peace. Wake up, my son. Kill this hating ass nigga. So Leonardo tapped into the Avatar state, and he done officially inherited the beef. He got Splinter's spirit in him now. So he starts going crazy and puts Shredder in a whole blender. So then he picked back up his sword, and with all his rage and his hatred passed down from his daddy to him, he ended the cycle. Leonardo decapitated this man. And after he decapitated, bro, Leonardo walked back over to everybody with his head displayed it and drops this man's head on the ground, finally putting an end to the Shredder.
I lied.
Exhibit S, yeah!
Now, hold on there. You thought
Raynella, you wanted to see it.
You thought we was gonna glaze the nigga in the trial and get ready for the next video. No, nigga, we're not done. There is something that this man did.
You said, is he Batman?
Be ignored.
Well,
and that's why we are having
here we are.
Special exhibit. Exhibit S. Beating the bat. So Shredder decided to expand his criminal empire. So the city he chose to expand his operations in is none other than like the most dangerous city of all time, Gotham. And I mean, why not? It's fucking open season over there. I mean, criminals break out of Arkham every day because the security's just
Pretty much.
ass. Like dead ass, it happens every Saturday. These niggas gotta be blind or something. But even though this police force is hot garbage, if you are a criminal here, there is one man that you will fear. And that is none other than a rich man in a bat suit. So one fateful night, Batman was getting jumped by a bunch of foot ninja, but by nobody's surprise, these boys are light work for this man. Just another day in the office for Gotham's greatest detective. So after he finishes whooping every single one of their asses, he picks up this one foot ninja and starts interrogating him like, who the fuck are you? And why the fuck are you in my city? But right when the foot ninja started speaking, he catches a shuriken to the
Oh,
and it was by none other than Shredder. This man was not playing around. He said snitches get stitches. I mean, you already know the nigga does not like rats. So why would you decide to be a rat? So Batman tried to get him down with his grappling gun, but Shredder just turned around and just cut that junk off. So he decides to drop down to the ground because he's already made his decision to run the hands. And he wanted this too. He said,
I know who you are, Bat. Do you know what this will do for my legacy if I beat your ass? So me versus you, one-on-one, no prep time, nigga.
So Shredder threw a smoke bomb and the battle for the best hand throw on the planet began. So Shredder comes in swinging, but Batman activates that Ultra Instinct. But Shredder does a good flip move, knee to the torso, and he got that man Batman staggered. Then he grabs my goat and throws him across the room. And that man Batman was shook. He was like, holy shit, I ain't never fought no nigga like this. And what makes it worse, this nigga ain't give me no fucking prep time. So Batman pops up and throws a bunch of batarangs at him. But this is when Shredder showed that he was on another level. Bro started punching through the batarangs. Batman came in and zoned this man out.
Nigga, what the fuck is this bullshit?
So Shredder gets back in range and starts pressuring him again. But Shredder whiffs a roundhouse, gets the other one blocked and his leg taken out. Then Batman grabs his head and slams it on the rail. So then this man Shredder was shook. He was thinking, God damn. This motherfucker just gave me at least stage 2 CTE. But Batman was not done with the counter game. Shredder gets up and gets countered again and slammed on the ground. Then he gets up again, starts trying to run his offense, but he gets countered again. Oh, Master Bruce is reading that nigga. So then he comes flying in with a roundhouse, but Shredder blocks his strikes, slams his head on the control panel, but then he went in for the killing blow and missed. But then here go Batman's super strong ass. Nigga shatters his claws with his bare hands, then booted him off of him, then he blocks his next strike, then shatters his other claw. So then he judo throws him, then knees this man's head into a control panel. Hit him so hard he indented his head into it. Shredder was not about to get bitched like this. He gets up and lands a nice ass combo. Then
of course he does, CDI. This is also why these videos take most times a month to make.
Because this man just deleted his trait.
Oh!
Batman kicks him off of him. And both these boys was cooked. They was putting it all on the line for their legacy. This was that once-in-a-lifetime John Cena versus The Rock match. Braun versus Steph, Christmas Day. These niggas was leaving it all on the court. So Batman jumps down. And right when he jumped, this fight was over. Shredder started charging up the Sato Oshi strike, a legendary foot plant technique that will kill you on impact. And it is also deadly to the person that uses it. That's how you know this man Shredder was putting it all on the line. So he hits this man Batman dead in the chest. And it was over. This man's soul left his body and he got flung into some steel pipes. And Batman, my goat, was cooked. Internal bleeding like crazy and knocked the fuck out. Even Shredder was struggling to get up after using that attack. Now, obviously, Batman survived this attack.
Right.
I mean, let's be for real. This is the same nigga that dodged a fucking Omega beam.
Exactly.
It was all worth it to him. Because Shredder could say officially for his legacy, he beat Batman one-on-one with straight hands. The Shredder trials. Conclusion. Ladies and gentlemen, this is our final spreadsheet of the 2012 Shredder. And all I gotta say is, damn.
Beautiful.
Just damn. Now, since this is the end of the Shredder trials,
right,
if I had to rank the 3 Shredders that we did, I would rank them as follows. Bronze medal, Tengu. Silver
Fair
medal,
enough.
Utrom. And first place goes to none other than the 2012 Shredder. And there is a reason why. With Utrom, I would say he is the purest of evil out of all of them.
Yeah,
the reason that I put the 2012 version over this man is because he's also pure evil, but the lengths of hatred he went to are insane. Trying to kill a man over a bitch, taking his daughter, killing your ex, killing your dad, annihilating your clan, raising and gaslighting the daughter to hate her actual father, then being one of the worst dads to ever ever grace the planet, and speaking of the planet, sacrificing it and yourself to kill the man you hated the most, then sacrificing your humanity to kill him again. That is why I have put this man at the #1 spot. So congratulations to 2012 and 𝐄𝐦𝐚𝐢𝐥, you have made the round table. Sorry, Tengu, but you didn't make the cut, nigga.
Damn. Tragic.
Oh, so sad.
Tragic.
Anyways, man, that concludes the Shredder trials. Now I know this video was long as shit. So
yeah.
if you made it this far, drop a like. So I can
yes.
see if people actually listen to me.
Drop a like to that.
And yes, the elephant in the room, I know I was gone for like 3 months, my nigga. I'm sorry. So to make up for that, 2 videos a month till the summer. I'm not saying a whole year yet because I gotta see if I can do this shit first. But I gotta believe in myself. Dear God, help me.
Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Oh my God, that was great. But yeah, that was the Shredder trials from CJ DACHAMP. Those videos are always so good. Just glorious. Yeah, they had to take forever to play it. I'm telling you. The work that he put in to make that video is through the roof. Like, hot damn.